This is THV 11 This Morning.
Good morning to you. I'm Ashley Blackstone. Thank you so much for waking up with us for THV 11 this morning at 4:30. It is Friday, December 6th. Let's get straight to it this morning. The winter weather is here. Tom Brennan joining us in the THV 11 Weather Center with the first check of our forecast. Tom, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ashley. Good morning to those of you getting up bright and early. A lot of places closed down if you need those school closings and various other closings. Keep in mind we have them at the bottom of your screen this morning. Let's talk about what has happened overnight and what is expected to unfold today. We still have an ice storm warning for a good part of central Arkansas. Northern Arkansas has received a little more sleet and snow, but there are places in the state that have picked up upwards of an inch of freezing rain and ice. So we are going to deal with power outages, power lines probably being snapped and trees coming down. It's mainly been over the northwestern part of Arkansas.
Governor Mike Beebe already making it easier for Arkansans to prepare. He has declared a statewide emergency for the winter weather. The State Highway and Transportation Department, one of several organizations preparing for the storm. They have already seen accumulations of ice on roads in northwest Arkansas, which is why they are prepping for the worst here in central Arkansas. THV 11's Marlisa Goldsmith has this story.
The Arkansas State Highway and Transportation Department has been prepping for the ice storm expected to hit the state.
Unfortunately, this looks like it could be a pretty significant ice event. Even though the temperatures have been pretty warm here recently, the ground temperatures, bridges and overpasses will still be the first to freeze.
Crews have already had to treat ice on bridges and overpasses in northwest Arkansas, leaving crews in central Arkansas not only worried about the ice, but what could be blown onto the roadways in addition to that.
Anything above the ground, we're very concerned about the trees that are near roadways. We could see a lot of debris on the roadway in the form of tree limbs, trees being down. That's always a problem in west central Arkansas.
Marlisa Goldsmith, THV 11 News.
And the State Highway and Transportation Department encouraging drivers to visit idrivearkansas.com for the latest information on current traffic flow in your area, also those icy road conditions. These crews working right now to continue to pre-treat the roads to make sure drivers stay safe.
Sarah, standing by live out at the Big Rock Interchange. What's happening where you are, Sarah?
Tom, I actually have some new information from Danny Straisel joining me with the Arkansas. He's from the Arkansas State Highway Department. Tell me something new.
Well, we're starting to see icing conditions over here in central Arkansas. The Interstate 40, Interstate 430 interchange, about the Wild River country area, has some icing, and so we've dispatched some crews over there to address that interchange. So the precipitation's here. We are starting to see some freezing of the bridges and overpasses and now some of the travel surfaces. And so our crews will be out addressing that all day. If you don't have to get out today, don't. Let us clear the roads, keep them open for essential personnel that need to go where they need to go. If you do get out and you come across one of our trucks, don't pass. Don't pass the truck. Give us a wide berth. Let us do what we need to do so we can keep the roads open.
Danny, thank you so much. And I want to show you out there what's on the ground here in West Little Rock. It's raining. It's a mix of some sleet pellets and some fat raindrops. But I want to show you this. On the ground, this is what we're talking about, okay, guys? It's been warm. Remember Wednesday we had that record-breaking heat? So initially, the sleet is melting, but you can see on the ground where it's grass, it's crystallizing. And as this melts, the cold air moves in, this is going to become very, very slippery. On the pavement though, right now, it's just slick. But here in a matter of hours, as that cold air really settles into central Arkansas, we're going to start to see that freeze. So as you head out this morning, be extra careful on those sidewalks. And as Danny just said, extra careful on the roadways. From West Little Rock, I'm Sarah Fortner. Now we're going to Conway with Destin Wilson.
Sarah, about 2 minutes ago, I wiped off our truck here, and this is just kind of a snapshot of about 2 minutes of sleet here north of Conway, 5 to 10 miles north of Conway. You can kind of see that we are full on sleet. There's no more rain falling from the sky. This is all sleet coming down. That kind of gives you a snapshot. And let me show you, we're at a gas station just along 40 West, and here's a good picture of the accumulation just kind of out in the field, kind of right beside the gas station. That gives you a snapshot of what's falling from the sky, and it's hitting 40 West. It's building up. We saw it kind of accumulating when we first made the trip up here, but at this point, it's been steady all morning long, so it's safe to assume that there's more sleet, more ice accumulation on 40 West, north of Conway, in between Conway and Russellville. So if you're heading in this area, be careful. As temperatures drop, those accumulation pockets of ice and sleet can freeze, and we are anticipating that. Tom Brandon mentioned earlier that temperatures are expected to drop throughout the day, and so as that happens, those pockets can freeze altogether and turn from that slush, and we want folks to be safe. So right now, full sleet here north of Conway, and it's been pretty steady all morning long. For now, we'll send things back into you, Ashley.
All right, Dustin Wilson live for us in Conway County. Thank you. As we learned last year, power outages common, of course, during ice storms. If you do lose power today, be sure to call Entergy Arkansas to get a status on when you can expect your power to come back on. For text alerts from Entergy, you can text the word out to 368374. Again, 368374. Now, if you use First Electric as your power company, their number is on your screen now. You can call to report any outages you have so they can fix those problems as soon as possible. Another useful number to pass along for you, the Arkansas Highway and Transportation Department. You can call the number on your screen for the latest information on road conditions throughout Arkansas, and you can follow them on Twitter for constant updates. All right, Sarah, thank you. Our team coverage continues at this noon hour as we bring you the latest from around the state. THV 11's Lisa Hudson is in Russellville. Dustin Wilson standing by in Conway County. Lisa, we start first with you, where we hear that the weather has likely caused a death there in Polk County.
That's right. We got reports earlier today that a tree had fallen onto a camper, killing one person. They haven't released that person's name yet, but that is the situation there. They still haven't realized or released if that was weather related. Of course, we suspect it most certainly is. You can see behind me that this situation on Hilltop Drive in Russellville, pretty rough. You can see the tree there that has kind of blocked the roadway. It's not stopping anybody, though. See those sledders down there? They were waiting right for our live shot, right whenever we started talking, and then they went without us. Man, it was so close. But anyways, definitely a lot of fun people are having out here in the snow. Lots of snow accumulating here in Russellville. Earlier this morning, total sheet of ice. Complete sheet of ice, and over the last 2 to 3 hours we have seen a lot of snowfall. I'm going to show you our little makeshift ruler here, utility knife, to see how much we have here. Just about an inch and a half, almost 2 inches here in Russellville on Hilltop Drive. So just a lot of snow right now. That's really beautiful. A lot of people are enjoying it, but 6,000 people are without power in Pope County. A lot of them in this neighborhood. They tell me that they've been out since about 5 o'clock this morning, still waiting to be restored, but they're just having fun while they're here. I'll send things over to Dustin in Conway County. What's it looking like there, Dustin?
Well, Lisa, it sounds like you're having fun, and well, we're not having quite as much fun here because we're really just dealing with sleet and ice. Really no snow here just north of Conway. We're about roughly 10 miles north, but a lot of the slush, let me show you this, a lot of the slush over the last hour or so is really starting to get slick. Earlier it was more water-based, and now it's solidifying as the temperatures continue to drop, so keep that in mind. Here's video of what, just a snapshot. We're on I-40 West, again about 10 miles north of Conway, and a lot of pockets of slush on the roads. We've seen a couple of trucks coming by, trying to scoot that ice and that slush off of the roads, and traffic seems to be moving fairly well here on 40. But at the same time, you want to keep in mind that some of those pockets of ice can freeze as the day goes on. For now, we'll send things back to you, Ashley.
Tens of thousands of Arkansans woke up to power outages this morning, and now power crews from all over are working tirelessly to get things up and running again. Good evening, I'm Craig O'Neill.
And I'm Dawn Scott. Thank you for watching tonight. And we have team coverage this evening across the state to bring you the very latest conditions on this winter storm. Lisa Hudson live with the latest conditions in Russellville. THV 11's Kevin Traeger is live in Little Rock, and Macy Jenkins live in Benton tonight.
And we'll start with Lisa up north. And Lisa, you get the Beauty Award. It's just beautiful up there, but what are conditions like now?
Well, guys, as you can see, it is still snowing here in Pope County, and the big story here, power outages. More than 5,000 people are still without power tonight in Pope County, many of them here in Russellville. We're here on Hilltop Drive. You can see behind me, energy crews are working to repair a line that fell across this front yard earlier today. Customers here say they've been out of power since about 5 o'clock this morning. Hopefully that power is about to be restored pretty soon. So Pope County also had a fatality this morning, the only storm-related fatality we've heard of so far today. We spoke with Sheriff Aaron Duvall about that. Here's what he had to say.
A tree limb fell through the roof of a fifth wheel camper and killed an individual. That was approximately, well, we got the call around 7 o'clock a.m. this morning.
Now, the sheriff says that that victim was a 62-year-old white male. That's all the information he is releasing right now until next of kin, of course, is notified. Of course, the big problem is these power outages. A lot of people are without heat. That's why they have set up a warming center at Grace Baptist Church here in Russellville. If you're without power, they encourage you to go there tonight to get some heat. Back to you guys.
All right, Lisa, thank you. Macy Jenkins joining us now live from the Benton Fairgrounds. And what are conditions like there, Macy?
Well, Dawn, crews have been out since 5:30 this morning. They've been out blading ice and putting out that sand. I'm told that there's about 1 inch to 1 1/4 inch of ice on every single county road here in Saline County. Now, I spoke with Saline County Road Superintendent Marty Polk earlier today, and he says his crews are ready and they're already out there.
We mentally and physically prepare for days like today. We get our sand prepared, we get every piece of equipment in a strategic place in the county, and they know what their job is.
He says he's well staffed, but they do not want to let that ice settle in overnight, because if they let those temperatures get too low, the ice is just going to be unmanageable tomorrow. They're hoping for a little bit of sunshine. I also talked to the emergency management department here in Saline County. They say things aren't terribly bad here on the roads. Not a lot of people are out. They are heeding the warnings, but those conditions may get worse if that ice if it gets too thick and it doesn't thaw. Guys, back to you.
All right, Macy Jenkins in Benton tonight. Thank you. We're turning our attention now to our chief meteorologist, Ed Buckner. He is joining us with a first check of this weather. A lot of this has moved out, Ed.
Yeah, a lot of it has. I mean, you can see the weather garden. This is all sleet out here. We did not get but a couple of flurries earlier this afternoon, but